positive humanity, positive for all of us. I also invite you to come and attend one of my convergence seminars, because in those seminars, what you've just seen in this video represents only the beginning. I go through a 16-hour lecture with over 800 different slides, and I will show you how all of the things that we've been talking about up till now are then mirrored in prophecies that are given to us from the 1950s. I read you what those prophecies are. You're going to see the prophecies. You're going to understand what they say. You're going to see the Bible in a whole new way. You're going to see biblical prophecies that clearly establish that there is interplanetary climate change, that there is a spontaneous evolution that is likely to result from this. But if you look to the prophecies, if you look to the information, it says that now is the time. Now is the time for you to become something more than you already are. And the idea that you are in fact a spiritual being from beyond the pale of ordinary incarnation, and your body here and your life here is only a reflection. I would like you to think about the idea that you're moving through a hallway of intelligent infinity, that you are walking through the corridors of the divine, that every move that you make, every step that you take in this life is being recorded for infinity. This lifetime that you now have may be the most important lifetime you've ever had in the history of the cosmos, because even if you have karma from other past lives, if you believe that such a thing is true, in this lifetime you have the opportunity to rectify all of that. The point of power is in the present. It's not going to be in guilt over the past. It's not going to be in fear over the future. Are prophecies that involve a golden age. It is only a misinterpretation of Bible prophecy that leads us to think as doom and gloom, that leads us to think that all of these unpleasant things that we're seeing in the solar system are going to lead to massive tidal waves and massive cataclysms. That's a misinterpretation. Most of the prophecies say that we not only survive these changes, we thrive through the changes. The changes are what breaks down the shell that we've built around our heart, that has walled away love and walled away peace and walled away the present moment, the ability to focus in the now. If you can just breathe with me right now, take in the living energy that forms your DNA, because your DNA is not randomly evolved. Your DNA exists all around you in space. The energy that makes your DNA can be here now as you breathe with me. As you take in that consciousness, as you understand who you are, the greatest mystery of the universe is identity. Your identity. Because the universe is a product of one consciousness, one energy. That energy has created galaxies. The galaxies seem to have their own personality. The personality of this galaxy is to create human life. Planets are built to have life like us form on them. We are what the universe has created to experience sentient awareness. Our consciousness is the cutting edge in which God, or the Creator, is evolving now. The universe is not a static whole that is waiting for you to catch up to it. The universe, as it says in the Law of One, is in a state of becoming. Your mind, your evolution, your consciousness right now is part of that evolution. The choices that you make, whether you're going to do the easy thing or whether you might do the more difficult thing, could determine so much. In the Law of One series, they say, in forgiveness lies the stoppage of the wheel of karma. What is the wheel of karma? The wheel of karma means that you move from joy to disaster, over and over again. When you're at the top of the wheel, everything seems great, and everybody seems to love you. But then you fall to the bottom. The wheel goes round and round, over and over again. Joy and disaster, joy and disaster. Well, what's really happening here? In forgiveness lies the stoppage of the wheel of karma. In forgiveness is the understanding that there's only one of us here. There is no space, there is no time, there is no past or future, there is only now. And in fact, there is only foreverness, timelessness. The mystery of identity is the greatest mystery of all, because you're now seeing the evidence that the galaxy has programmed us to go through an incremental stage of evolution at this time, a spontaneous shift, almost like a flashbulb going off from a photographer. And after that flashbulb goes off and you open up your eyes and you look around, it's a whole new world. It's a world which, according to prophecies, will have us able to have abilities like levitation, telekinesis, instantaneous healing, thought transference. All of these things that we now think of as impossible, time travel, rewinding and fast-forwarding linear time almost like a videotape. It's nothing that we have to go outside of ourselves to find. And also, so many of you in the past, hopefully this will change now, have sent me emails in which you're expecting me to fulfill this sort of function for you as like a higher self, or as a savior, or a divine enlightened being that you can look up to. I don't want you to look up to me. I don't want you to put me on a pedestal. I have plenty of issues of my own. I have plenty of difficulties that I struggle with. I do have problems. So do you. So does everyone. That's part of the game. The game is that you are confused, and you can embrace the confusion. In fact, in the Law of One, it says, it is entirely necessary that an entity consciously realize it does not understand in order to be ready for what is coming. To consciously realize you do not understand is to recognize that confusion is implicit in human incarnation. You can't get away from it. It's who you are. It's what you are. You're not meant to understand everything. This brain, this body that you have, cannot take in the consciousness of the field. It cannot take in the vast intelligence of the cosmos. You only are given a portion of who you really are. So again, I would ask you not to look to me to be that person who, oh, I have to meet you, David, I have to meet you. The person I want you to meet is yourself. I want you to meet your higher self, because your higher self is a part of you that exists outside linear time, millions of years more evolved than you are now. This part of yourself is absolutely wonderful, absolutely joyful, absolutely intelligent. It will never lead you astray. It will never guide you off the path. If you can learn to listen to what it has to say to you, it will only direct you in a way that will advance your evolution. The problem, if you want to call it that, is that sometimes what advances your evolution is very difficult. It's very painful. You can have things happen to you that seem to be disastrous. You can have a car crash. You could have a broken bone in your leg. You could have any number of financial catastrophes. You could have the person you love leave you. Well, here's the trick. If you don't love yourself, the universe does not send people to you who love you. The universe doesn't say, oh, I'm sorry that you're feeling bad. I'm going to send you love so that you'll be much better. No. The way the universe actually functions, which you learn about in sources of philosophy like the Law of One, is that if you don't love yourself, you've now created a field of attraction. And you're attracting to yourself people who don't love you. That's what happens when you don't love yourself. You don't get sent that which you haven't created. You get sent that which you have created. And you attract the like energy that you're putting out there. The universe does that deliberately so that when those unloving people come into your life, you will learn from them. You will learn to say no. This is not the power of now, this is the power of no. And the power of no is what comes to you when you learn to love yourself enough that you're not going to be manipulated. You're not going to be beholden to other people's negativity. When you look at the problems that we have on the earth now, with the dreaded Illuminati or the New World Order, they're here by design. They're here because we attracted them here. They're here because they're fulfilling a function that stimulates the evolution of consciousness. Our consciousness is evolving by their presence. They are not simply villains who need to be eliminated. They are fulfilling a valuable function. By enslaving us, by manipulating us, by stealing our money, they are taking the power away from us that we have not acknowledged that we have. With all these technologies that I have showed you, with the limitless energy in the vacuum, we have the potential to eliminate fossil fuel, to eliminate the need to pay for energy. And with the elimination of scarcity comes the elimination of an economic system. It won't happen right away, but we can transition into a system in which there is no need for money at all. A system in which goods and services are provided by robots that we build, the technology that we build, the free energy devices that we build. But the universe cannot allow us to have that technology until we love and respect ourselves enough that we can use it responsibly. There is that contact with your higher self. You can simply breathe in the consciousness of the universe and be one with who you are right now. You can live that consciousness. You can fulfill the promise that, in fact, human becomes godlike. That is the promise that ultimately even is in the Bible. Because in John 14:12, Jesus actually says, "As I do these things," meaning the miracles, "so shall you do them, and greater things, for I go unto my Father." The Father is the field. The Father is the intelligence of the cosmos. When you go unto the Father, when you go into the cosmos, when you tap into the field in the now, in the present moment, you have attained peace. You have transcended the duality of this world that says good and evil, light and darkness. You can see that those people in the past who may have been controlling and manipulating you were only bringing you to a point that you could stand on your own 2 feet, learn to say no without being angry, but by forgiveness. And forgiveness is the stoppage of the wheel of karma. Or as it says in the Course in Miracles, forgiveness collapses time. Time is what it takes to get from where you are now to where you will be when you reunify with yourself as the one infinite creator, as the infinite intelligence this cosmos is built from. You can collapse time in forgiveness. You can forgive everyone who's hurt you. You can forgive yourself for not seeing the truth and the beauty of your own perfection. Once you see that truth and beauty, you'll realize there is only one of us here. And you are the light, you are the love, you are the one infinite creator. This is how it was, how it is right now, and as it always will be. There is nothing else, there is no one else. There's only one of us here. I want to thank you for watching this video, and may peace be with you.